So a lot of you guys have been asking the strategy I used to pass this FTMO challenge. You wanted to know more detail, like the risk I used, why I picked my risk reward ratio, how I used the 200 EMA, and everything like that. Let's hop onto my computer and I'll show you guys exactly how I do that. I want to show you guys this quick little Excel tool that I found from a fellow YouTuber here named Kieran. So it is basically what I use to determine the 1 to 1.5 risk reward ratio. So as you can see here, it is 1500 is going to be my risk specifically. You can switch this to maybe 1000 or even 2000 depending on the account. So if you're going for a different account, just consider it in percentages. So 1500 would be my percentage, about 1.5% of the account value for the 100K account. So, and then the second spot is the number of trades you could take. So in my calculation, within 1 month period, FTMO gives you the 30-day period of time to trade. But if you consider it, the trading days you have is actually 20 days or about 22 days of trading days. So here you put the number of trades you expect to take. I expect to take about 2 trades minimum every day, every trading day. So within if you estimate the 20 days, I put 40. And then I came here to the calculation and I expect my strategy to win about, 55% to 60% of the time is when I expect to win, and then the other 45 to 50% I'll probably lose. So when I come here, you can see that even with 60%, you get $30,000 by the end of the trading session, which is about 40 of them in 30 days, right? So worst case scenario, let's say you're doing very, very bad and you're getting 48% 48% win rate. Even with the 1.5 that I picked, I get 11,250, which meets the FTMO goal. Next, I'll get into 2 trades I took that were losers and 2 trades that I took that were winners, so you can get a good example of how my strategy and how my entry worked. So before we get into that, real quick, I want to show you guys how I pick the lot sizes that I use for my trades. So if I'm risking $1,500, I have this little calculator that I made for myself. Basically, it just multiplies these for you and determines the lot size for you. So if I'm risking $1,500 on my account, and if I'm using 15 pip stop loss, I take 10 lot size on this trade. If it is 10, I'll use 15. If I'm risking 20, I'll use 7.5. So you get the gist of that. So as you can see here, this is the Excel sheet I used to track all the trades I took with this FTMO challenge stage. So you can see here I put the entry date, exit date, time, buy or sell, the lot sizes, the risks, the gains, everything, and then screenshots right here. So I picked these 2 losers right here and then these 2 winners to review for you guys in the charts, so you can get more detail on how I take these trades live in the charts. So the first pair I want to review for you guys is this GBPUSD, and that one ended up being a winner. So if we go to my trading view, there's the little tool called a replay tool, which will show you guys what I was looking at the time when it was live. So what you see here is the GBPUSD chart on the 1 hour. So I got the 200 EMA mapped out right here, as you can see. And since the price is above this 200 EMA, I'll be only taking buy trades. The support and resistance levels that I mapped out from the daily level, which allows me to see if I have room for me to trade. So then now you see that price here broke out of this little resistance zone, which tapped it a couple of times and it couldn't break for a while, left it, came back to it and broke out of it. So what I did was I waited for a retest to this level and see that if the price is going to continue this uptrend. Since it's above the EMA, I'm only taking a buy trade. So if I play this for you guys, you can see what I was seeing live. I decided to place a limit stop order right above right here to get triggered in. So usually I prefer to place my limit stop level down here in this zone level, but I was a little late to notice this price movement, so I entered a little bit later up here, and that's why you see it was a little higher. So when I play it off, you can see that I got take profit right there at 22.5 pips. That depends on different trades by market structure. I prefer to do a 1.5 risk reward ratio, like you know, and in this case it was a 15 pip stop loss and a 22.5 pip take profit. I always keep the same risk reward ratio. I always keep the same. Usually it would be about 15 pip stop loss and 22.5 pip take profit, but sometimes it could be bigger, sometimes smaller, but usually tends to be in that area for this GBP and USD, GBP USD and Euro USD pairs. And next up, I want to show you guys a losing trade I took on Euro USD. So this is the Euro USD chart right here, and as you can see here too, this is above the 200 EMA, and that will be only buy only trades. I already mapped out the support and resistance levels from the daily level, and you can see there here that we have room to trade. So that's the only way I use the support and resistance levels from the daily chart. And then now I use the replay tool for you guys to again see the way I was seeing the market at the time. So if I play it, I haven't entered this trade yet. So if I play it, you'll see why I drew this zone right here. So when I play it, you'll see these candles forming and failing to break below this support zone. So I got triggered in this candle right here that pinned out, ended up pinning out. But I mean, my strategy requires for me to break and retest, so I should have waited for it to come to this level to retest, and that would have been a better trade. So I considered this a bad trade also, and also ended up being a loser, as you'll see in a little bit. And right there I got stop lossed for negative 20 pips. As you notice here, I keep it 1.5 risk reward. I don't change that. It's because I play the probability game, and that's how trading should be. It's all about probabilities. So you always will lose and you always will win. You just want to get more wins than losses. All right, next up I want to show you guys the GBPUSD trade that was a winner right here. Actually, I consider this one my most perfect ideal trade. So if you go to my trading view, you can see I already mapped out the support zone right here. It's clearly on an uptrend because the EMA is showing, the price is showing that it's above the EMA. I have the support resistance zones right here mapped out from the daily chart, and as you can see, we have room for the trade to play out. So when I noticed this level forming right here, as you can see, it keeps bouncing in this support zone area, I placed a limit order right here for a buy, and I just left it there until I got triggered. And that's my ideal way of entering the trade. So if I play, you'll see how it plays out. So right here, I get triggered into the trade. Now I'm inside of the trade, and if I play it, continue to play, you'll see it take profit. And this happened with little to no drawdown. As you can see, the price barely got into the negative for a little bit, and then it just flew out. All right, I'll show you guys the last one, which ended up being a loser on Euro USD. This is the hourly chart again, uptrend, above the 200 EMA, same thing. And you can see the previous trade I showed you guys that was ending up being a loser. I learned from that trade, and then I waited for it to bounce at this level right here. So if I draw you guys a zone, you'll see what I was seeing back then. So there was a zone right here that the price was failing to break out of. It broke out, came back to retest it right here. So what I did was I placed a limit buy order right here like I usually do. And this I consider to be a good trade, but it ended up just not working out the way price is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. So if I play it, you'll see how it played out. Got triggered in, drawdown, went negative, and then I got stopped out right there. But the funny thing about this trade is that it actually would have been working out. So if I play it, you see this big candle coming out. But you always got to stick with your stop loss. You always got to stick with your take profit. And like I said, trading is all about probabilities. So I don't care about, trying to get the most profit in one trade or to extend my stop loss really wide, any of that. I stick with the same risk reward ratio. Take the same ideal trades like the one I showed you guys earlier where I got triggered with the stop limit order when price was coming back to retest, and then I take these trades over and over and over, and over time it will work out and you will make profit. So I hope that clarified my strategy for you guys. A lot of you guys asked me if I had a Telegram group, so I created one for people that are wanting to use this strategy and also trade for FTMO. So I'll have that link in the description below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment below and I'll try to answer them as best as possible. Also, you can ask me in that new Telegram group and I will be answering those questions there too. All right, so take care and I'll see you in the next video.